In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us, I can see you, without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous host.
Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
G4 host Frost speaks out against sexism in the gaming industry. All right. So this was out of left field because it was on a show that didn't have anything to do with it really. And it seemed like Frost went off script and
she
had a little bit of a rant.
It was something she saw in the chat, maybe, right?
Yeah, not people in the chat. I think people in the chat were talking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, right.
It was a build up over stuff. But
As they do.
so yeah, she had some words that like during it was X-Play. It was X-Play Live. When, you know, they talk about reviews of games. So people didn't go there to hear this type of rant. But it was interesting. And it's weird because her name's Indiana Black, if you want to know her real name. But it's Froskurinn. She's at esports. She was part of the esports world and came into it.
Not related to Frost from Mortal Kombat.
Stop.
Frosk. With a K. So, how do I? So, all right, let's jump into what she was talking about. So she was saying stuff about the community of gaming, talking about her looks in general, and how they are saying that that other hosts look better, so therefore they were better than her. And her argument was they weren't put here to be sex objects for the gaming industry to look at and jerk off to. Her words.
I was laughing my ass off when I heard that. I thought it was
her words. Right. But it was a very big, like, it was to everyone, basically. I know she was talking to certain people, but the way she said it just said,
to the
forget
industry.
this audience. I hate the way she said it just sounded like she said, I hate everyone who, she said thinks this way, but the way that their audience took it was very different than how I took it. Because I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's true. There are a lot of people who think that way. And I looked at the comments and I was like, wow, this might have been a really bad move.
It's
a really bad move for the channel.
Yeah.
Like, just as an individual person, she should have said that on her time. But to say that on a live show, that's why when you give someone a live mic, you take a chance. And her particular character, when they started that channel, I watched like the whole like rebuilding of the station. And her in general, she said a lot of stuff where they were like, oh, I can't believe she said that. Don't say that. But you said that. Like that's her character.
That's her thing, yeah.
And she would say stuff off the wall like that's not supposed to be said. And that would cause controversy. But this seemed like it was a lot of frustration built into her that she wanted to get out. And it didn't turn out that well. Top Hat, what's your take on?
It's funny how you said give somebody a live mic.
Yeah.
We're live right now.
Well, yeah. But then you have to watch who you hire.
So,
Like,
yeah.
like it's hard.
First of all, like you said, there was definitely a lot of projection there in general from her. And you got to look at the circumstances in which she's involved in. She's in a field, essentially, viewed, according to my analytics and according to my wife's analytics, a field that has a 97% male audience.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to encounter an arsehole online in this field, that would mean there's a 97% chance that arsehole is going to be a man.
Yes.
That's the first point we need to bring to the table with regards to that. With regards to how she made her point, like you said, it did feel very preachy. I felt like she was talking to everyone rather than addressing the people who were the root of the cause. My own wife has faced similar issues. She's got like coming up 60,000 subscribers now, growing very, very quickly.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
And she's been putting out of arseholes as well. But like I said, it's such a tiny percentage when you look at it in comparison to the majority of the comments. 99% of comments are very nice. Probably less than 1% people being dicks. But when she has felt the need to address it, because she does have to deal with issues that I don't. I see her comments. She's addressed it. If you want, you can go and see the videos are online. She's addressed it in a manner that she said, "Thank you, everyone who's been supporting the channel. I've received nothing but 99% love. But there is this 1% of arseholes out there who we should not be standing for. It's antisocial. It's against YouTube terms of service. So basically, just stop being bastards." But if you follow her on Twitter, you'll notice she's constantly like humiliating these stupid, like immature
As she
says myself, basically. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, target the problem. Essentially, that's what I thought. There was she seemed very angry. That's all I can say.
Well,
and I feel she perhaps has a right to be angry. I just didn't feel she put the point across very well.
Can I ask you something? Do you moderate your wife's chat while she's live streaming, or is it?
She has moderators who does. She doesn't do much live streaming. She's only just started, so she's done.
Oh, okay.
She's literally only just started on Twitch.
Okay.
But on YouTube, I do help her with the comments on there, as in like moderating that section of things.
Nice.
Well, I mean, we're all on YouTube. We're all on the internet. We know how negative the internet can seem at times. And you have to have tough skin, or at least semi-tough skin, to deal with some comments, or just to be able to brush them off. And the best thing to do about comments like that is to not acknowledge it. And we know this. And for them to be on a scale where they are, the people who work for them should know, and they do know, that they should brush off that 1% or 2, whatever the percentage is. That you don't feed the trolls. That's the thing.
I think the messed up thing is that like things nowadays are just magnified times 5,000, you know, and it's just like when I saw it, I was like, it's good that, you know, she said those things and like got stuff off her chest. But like when you're emotional when someone hits that nerve, it doesn't come out as the way you want it to come out. And you're on a broad scale now, and where everything, especially on the YouTube world, just gets. It's just once
people look for something.
Yeah. As soon as like those trolls are like, they're so bad. They're like, as soon as we see you slip, we're gonna do videos of you had a meltdown, you had this, and it's gonna be G4 is starting to fail. Like it's kind of like similar shit that happened with the Amico. They start to see a little something, and all of a sudden you're gonna have a negative projection of what G4 is now, just based off of that. And it's like,
well, what sucks is that they were trying to build the channel back, like, you know, they were relaunching it.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not where they want it to be as far as viewership. And they were building it back up. But what they have to put in consideration, what Frost has to consider, like, she said, you know, Morgan Webb and Olivia Munn weren't put here to be your sexual fantasy.
Yeah, your jerk off material. Yeah, of course.
And she said the name, like, she shouldn't have brought their names into it at all. Like, as far as her rant, I mean, obviously she's trying to make the point the best way she could. But to say that the network doesn't put people who look pretty onto television for a certain demographic is stupid.
Yeah, it's
because she should know that.
Right. And
because of you could tell it was personal, because she said people are telling me that I'm not as good looking as them and blah blah blah. And it wasn't really about that. But when they first hired, like, Layla Cayley, Sarah Underwood, Olivia Munn.
Sarah Underwood.
You try,
bro, not helping.
What happened?
You're not helping.
I just said her
You're
name.
not helping.
So you're trying to tell me when they hired them, listen, you're trying to tell me when they hired them, their sole purpose was to get somebody who can relate to the gaming community in games? No, they hired them for their looks in general first, and their personality. Whoever survived on TV had to have the right personality. And that's the thing that Frost, I believe, doesn't carry, and that's why people, like you said, people complain about me when I read the same script that Adam Sessler reads for X-Play, because we're used to Adam Sessler reading it, and he does a damn fine job at doing it. But when you invite something that's different than something that we're coming back to the channel to see, and you're adding somebody new who doesn't have, in my eyes, doesn't have as much charisma as a lot of people that. You know, she doesn't have enough charisma that's needed to be on the channel to gain.
She has
like that.
She has the what was she said, esports.
Oh yeah, no, that's her lane.
She has her fan base, right? So I'm sure that fan base of hers watches her not necessarily the original.
As far as
G4's.
TV is concerned, though, you got to have a certain personality.
Understood.
And
But
Top Hat, you understand charisma because obviously you're in the wrestling biz also. So there's a certain magnitude that you bring that makes people want to see you.
Understood.
And if it sounds like you're whining a lot, like that's not something that's gonna get the masses.
I do agree with the
the classes.
with everything that she although I do agree with everything that she said. I just wanted to say point out also is that the reason why I asked Top Hat if he moderates his wife's channel is because the G4TV network, it's a network. They have a
they can't
large
even,
amount of people.
No, they can't even moderate. It's so bad right now.
But the thing is that they're doing this thing. They decided to do a live stream show. I'm sure they have a team of people working to moderate the chat.
But
live.
they need to moderate the people on the show too.
Yeah, no.
That's the thing.
To each their, I agree. I'm agreeing with that. It's a two-way thing, though.
The thing is, since it's a different world now, right? From when they first came out. So they gotta,
right.
and you got your Adam Sessler, you got your Kevin Pereira, you got the familiar faces that everyone knows and love, and when you add new people to it, you have to. Sometimes some people don't work. You've seen other hosts added in the past that just don't have that clicking.
But you know when it does.
But like
live,
you
though,
know
it's
when it does happen. Yes,
You know when it happens.
absolutely.
And they did it a lot.
And the rant. Yes, she made a lot of valid points, but you can't.
She might have messed up the entire channel.
Well, the thing is, it's like they're going to be. I don't think that because they're. I mean, they lost people, but not significant enough where it's like, oh, it's over. No, I think they're gonna have to eventually make a decision because now that's put with her now, and they might have to either put her in a separate show that just maybe has to go for esports or whatever, but.
I think that
keep
might
her
have
off
been,
camera as much as possible. Maybe that's the rub about it.
It's this TV network is completely different than it was before because you don't have the interactive element of a chat.
Yeah,
it's that alone is
So
different.
plus there was no cancel culture back then.
Exactly. See, that's actually the good point. Is that now here come the hordes.
Right.
Before you're just on TV. Yeah,
Right.
people could
Well,
say
they had a forum.
whatever the fuck they want.
They're live, but
they had G4 forums and there was a lot of hate in there.
Yeah.
There was. Adam Sessler and everybody. Adam Sessler is he's very vocal on the forum. And he was always on there. Everybody's like, yo, chill. Get out of there. Don't read that stuff.
What do you think? Turbo was sitting over there mad quiet.
She's got I was letting you guys talk and
I thought you were just drunk as hell. Just didn't want to say nothing.
I'm a little buzzed. I'm not gonna lie.
You had that drunk face like.
I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of live mics, this is the problem.
Damn. I think she brought up. There's a lot of sexism that happens to freaking women in this industry. You got game developers, female game developers getting death threats and stuff like that. Like,
no, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and they, like women face different treatment than men do, and it's like, it's like. But the thing is, if it's like Top Hat was saying, if you have a little bit of percentage, you got to call out that percentage. You can't project it to the whole audience who's watching, who supports you, because then they feel that you're talking to them.
And name drop.
Yeah, it's the name drop wasn't cool.
That wasn't that
it's
cool.
That's where the emotion took over,
Right,
and it's like there's ways to call people out, but you got to make sure that the audience knows you're not calling the entire audience out.
Yeah,
There was a person who looked almost exactly like her on what is it, Tech TV? Like when they did the transition, looked almost just like her. So they're saying that, just these people, there's room for everybody. It's
there
just
is room for everybody.
I just think that her beef with it was more so that people aren't agreeing with her
because of the way she looks.
Not because of the way she looks, because of how they connect with her. Right. And I think that that's the major problem. If they connected with her, they wouldn't mind how she looked.
It's the point you made about wrestling. Are you over?
Yeah.
Are you over?
And she's not over yet.
She's not over. That's the thing. If it was a Kevin Pereira, if Olivia Munn was on the show and she said some shit like this, it wouldn't be a big deal. But the fact that she's a newbie, we're getting used to her, and she went off on this, it's like now we know her just from this.
But you don't ever see that on a live show. Ever. On TV. You don't see somebody break down on a live show.
I've seen it in wrestling.
Just to play devil's advocate,
Go for it.
You can only take so many people with that little dick energy.
Yeah, it's true.
Coming at you.
It's true.
Constantly.
But you got to put it in
attacking
consideration.
your credentials.
Me personally,
attacking your background, because she has the credentials. She's been in esports. She knows what she's talking about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna take down X-Play with your thought though?
No, that's not what she's thinking.
But I know.
Yeah,
at the moment she wasn't thinking.
But you're gonna snap. You're gonna snap. if any one of us had to deal with some nerd who's never been punched in the face, who likes to talk mad shit over the internet, that thinks that they're just better than everyone, eventually we're gonna snap.
One day it will happen.
day.
And the thing is, it's
You
like
gotta be fair.
that's
You gotta
why
be
I can't like condemn her for her rant. It's because it's like you're a human being.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. Get shit off your chest. We're from that generation of, hey, if I feel a certain way, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let all you motherfuckers know.
Exactly.
And
That's
then,
true.
but the cancel culture is so strong nowadays. That's like, you know what? She's with G4. Shut the whole fucking thing down. Like that's how it is. But it's like it's just someone who just wasn't feeling what they were saying, and that's it. I was like, I
wasn't offended because
No, it's just-
I don't have a small dick
Because you're not
like
that
that.
dude.
Yeah, but
You're not that dude.
It wasn't to me, so I didn't really care. But
Yeah.
when
I knew where
saw-
she was coming from, but I knew there was going to be backlash
When I saw
because
the
she could have went at it a little bit different. But it's tough when you're so emotional
And
into
live.
that and live. It's like
when I saw the backlash, I was like, she made a mistake.
Yeah.
She made a mistake because
And here it comes.
G4 as a channel right now can't handle what's happening. I think that she may have cost herself a job.
Really?
I don't wish it-
there's a
listen,
chance.
I
There's a
don't
chance.
wish it upon her. I don't think it's working though. Her on that, I don't think is working. Either they give her a different position, maybe work on, like you said, work in the back.
Try something
figure out
else.
some esports
Something
stuff
else.
and,
Yeah.
like give other people scripts or something. I don't want her to lose a job. Or,
I don't
for
think
pay.
she should. I don't
But
think she
I don't
should.
No, I
think
don't
she
think
should
she
be
should.
on TV after that.
Like the personality,
Yes.
because you need the
There's
Kevin
other people-
Pereira.
You got to save the channel. You got to save.
I don't think this is going to kill the channel. I think that,
No, I
that
don't
I think that's
I don't think it was-
I think it's getting ahead of everything.
You
I don't
can't
think
do
it was
it
at the-
small.
It's too fucking early,
too early
and it.
for that.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's too early.
But
to
you
have
have
this
to
happen.
you have to make well.
Because a lot of people didn't even know it was back yet.
Well, the thing is that you have to start like when you start to have new people. Sometimes it doesn't work out on TV, so you
Yeah.
might have to change positions and
Maybe.
get other people. And
Because
you
there's-
might have to do that sometimes, and
gotta
maybe
make
bring her back
adjustments on the
later.
fly.
You just have to make adjustments. But I
There's
wouldn't
a-
fire her.
There's a whole squad of people who may lose their paycheck because of this, and if it's just her, there's a big trade-off. I mean, like I said, I'm not wishing on her.
No, as a
But
host,
to help what's going on, they might have to take that step. As if it happened, if you were at your job, you stood up on a table and just ranted at the people there. No job is going to take that. You're out of the door if you do that. And this is in essence-
you'd be surprised.
I mean,
I've seen
Well, you
people.
have
get
to
I've had
be.
some rants.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, if you
I've
took
seen
it
some-
and had the outpouring that's happening right now.
Well,
like
the
that-
problem is the camera in your face. You know,
Yeah,
the camera in your
just
face, and how
think
many
of,
people
okay,
it's-
corporate
it's- yeah.
saying, "Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
person did this." It's in the newsletter and everything. You're like, "Oh, okay, this person's not going to be here tomorrow."
I think
But-
year by year we produce smaller dick people, and it's just like you know, there's more smaller dick people that they're producing at a fast rate. You know, terrible.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
No,
100%.
they're producing at a very fast
I'm with
rate.
you on that.
that is the best thing he's ever said on the mic
because it's really true.
since he's been on the show.
They have computers and they're very sensitive, and
It's
you know,
just a big. It's a wave. It's in a wave. It's a wave of people.
It's a wave. It's a tiny dick wave.
And, it starts with the generation that we're living in. Like I said before, people are not used to getting punched in the face for saying something stupid.
Sasquatch at times says, "We are growers, not showers." What's going on, Sasquatch?
No, but we're from we're a
We can
thick-skinned
take
generation.
stuff like that.
That's like whatever, man.
I would have
Shut
been
the
like,
fuck-
you got your. I'm glad you got what you set out.
yeah.
Next show,
Be like,
whatever.
here you go,
But
whatever.
now they
move
hold on. They're not going to
Hey,
let this go.
no.
That's the problem.
Thank
And
you
they
for
already had to
watching.
shut down.
Hence why they have to take her off camera for a bit.
They had to shut down Reddit.
a bit.
They couldn't
like they
do
do in
they-
wrestling.
They couldn't
Yeah,
do the
that's
comments.
what you do. It's
It's
what you
better
do.
than
You
wrestling,
take
yeah.
them off camera.
G4 had to
them off
shut
camera.
down their Reddit because they can't do the comments in there, and they cannot. There's so much going on the chat for live. They can't moderate it. Like,
It's
there's
just
so much hate in there. They
yeah.
cannot moderate it
Damn.
on any show.
Yeah.
And they're bringing up stuff from Adam Sessler now on his Twitch or his Twitter
Really?
because he's saying some. This is my advice.
Uh-oh.
This is my advice to everyone in show business.
Are you gonna rant? Let me start.
Oh wait,
Turn off your Twitter.
It's like a rant.
No, no.
Cut off his mic. We're
Turn
gonna,
off your
we're
Twitter.
gonna get canceled. Let me start.
Turn yes.
Turn
Turn
off your
off the Twitter. Like
Yeah.
just kill it. Kill it. Don't use it. Don't use it.
Don't abuse it.
Don't use it. You don't need
abuse
to listen. If somebody contacts you, you want to contact them back. Use it for that. Use it like an email. Do not post a word of anything other than a retweet.
What if I
Like,
want to?
don't-
What if I want to send a sexy pic?
Nah, but that's
Yeah,
bull-
yeah.
What about sexy
but
pics?
on the
Come
other
man.
hand, that's bullshit because
No, I know. Listen, we
You should be
deserve
free to
we
speak
deserve,
and
we deserve
express
free
yourself.
speech, and I will say whatever the hell I want to any of you guys and people out there with my mouth. I am not typing it.
What?
I'll
Go ahead,
say it
go,
to
keep
you. I
going,
will
keep
not
going.
type it.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Go ahead.
finishing my sentence. I will talk to you with my mouth. I will not type it out because typing out something, they hold it to a different stance. Like if I just said something
do.
stupid and it was a joke,
Oh, it loses
people will let it go.
context.
If you type it out, they'll look back 10 years later.
It's
like, Can you
forever.
believe what this guy said? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's
You're
a
right.
joke.
The internet.
They can't
Don't
read
do it.
context or tone when they're just reading
true.
it.
That's
You're
true.
right.
If you're famous,
That's a good
don't type
Kevin Hart.
anything in Twitter.
Kevin Hart.
Especially if it's like, all right, Top Hat, I know you use Twitter and I know you like to type your thoughts out. But if you are making millions of dollars, I think the best bet for these people is to just shut it down. Do not talk on it. Just retweet, like, and answer your DM.
There's a
but let me
donate
play-
button on Twitter now, man.
yeah,
They ain't
bro.
shutting shit down.
But
They
hold
don't need
on,
it.
wait,
They don't
wait.
need it. They don't need it.
I
You're
gotta
gonna
play
ruin
devil's.
your job.
I gotta play devil's advocate again because Twitter's not a real place. It's not a real place.
I know.
It's not a real place.
You're right.
But they treat it like it is.
It's not a real
They
place.
treat it like it is.
The internet is not a real place.
It's not. It's in
It's
the
fantasy
cloud.
land.
It's
It
in
really
the cloud.
is.
It's in the cloud. You gotta look up. You look up.
Exactly.
It's right there.
Exactly. That's where it is. It exists in the cloud.
Fantasy land.
But listen, it causes more trouble than good. And like I said, it's all politics. Like Adam says, is dumb for doing what he did. I'm serious. And like I said, these people are looking for anything to cancel people, and they're trying to kill him now and her, and like the channel won't survive without. There's only like 5 people.
Well,
Xavier Woods, thank you,
Listen,
Xavier Woods, for
listen.
being the guy that you are. Because you are
Listen.
the perfect person for that channel.
Listen. I think the people that love G4 and the people that are on there, the purists, will keep that channel going. I don't think this is going to. It's going to be a little rut. And, the little bad press about the speech. It's not like she said something horrible at the end of the day. It's not like she said some racist shit or anything like that. So, like, I would understand if that was the case. But, like, people are going to get over it. Yeah. And then they're going to move on with it. But, like, right now, I think the best bet, just take her off the camera for now. And let those people keep typing what they're typing. Disable the fucking chat. Do your fucking shows. Have some funny content. Keep coming up with comedy, funny ideas, video game reviews. And people are going to watch. The people who used to watch are going to watch. It's just what it is.
Kevin Pereira on for like 24 hours
and that's
straight.
the way it is.
To build this channel back up.
And hey, if you want to get rid of some of that stuff, maybe pay some of the old hosts that aren't on there just to pop in here and there, maybe a Candace appearance or an Olivia Munn appearance or some other people,
I think
just to
need
pop on for a hot minute. But
look in
it's going to die down. It's not going to stay. It's not going to stay.
Or you could hire level 857. I'm just saying.
Hire level 857 and
We'll save the channel.
Shameless
we'll have
plug.
Frost on the podcast. Be like, what's good?
Yeah, Frost, come on the podcast.
They need
We'll
to
talk about
just
that.
disable chat.
Shameless plug.
Disable the chat.
That's it.
Disable
No,
that dead ass. Disable the
Just
chat
disable chat.
and do your show.
That's it. It's live. It's a live
So
show.
if we have her on the show, we're gonna have to disable the chat. Is what you're saying?
Now we got World of Bizarre who's gonna be in there. We got Sasquatch and Time. We got all kinds of
we
cool
don't
people
care
up in
about
there.
people.
We got our people. We got heavy metal. We got all them people in there.
We'll
So
just have,
we ain't gonna disable.
we'll have
it.
a small dick disclaimer.
Yeah,
so
word.
It's like we'll just say, motherfuckers, if you got a small dick, stay out of our chat.
Yeah.
with a ruler.
It'll be a bot. It'll be a small dick bot. Gone,
Small dick
gone,
bot.
gone, and that's it.
Yo, that is wild.
Shit.
But yeah, no, G4 will be fine, but it just gotta get through this, little thing right
They'll be
now.
fine.
They'll be all right.
They gotta weather the storm.
They'll be fine.
That's all.
Send them some fucking blow up dolls and keep it going.
So do you
Yeah,
guys
it might be time for the next news article.
do you guys out there believe that G4 can come back after this?
Yes.
And what do you think should happen to Frosk? And we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not crazy.